our channel Classfly Community. So today we will be doing the EMF equation of the transformer. So see, for EMF equation of the transformer, we have to know about, or we have to assume to derive this equation. So the assumptions will be, so you will write, let's assume, so this phi m. So phi m will be your maximum value of the flux. We know about flux, so this will be the maximum value of the flux and its unit will be Weber. That means W-E-B-E-R, Weber. Okay. F will be your supply frequency, the frequency which you will give supply. Next, which you have to assume is that N1. N1 is the number of turns in the primary. That means primary part of your transformer will be your, states that it will be the number of turns. Similarly, for the secondary part also, the number of turns is represented as N2. Okay, so whenever we start a transformer, that means whenever we provide supply to a transformer in the primary winding, that means whenever we provide the supply to the primary winding, it is the AC supply. So mostly we use AC supply, that means a sinusoidal wave. So this is a sinusoidal wave which is denoting that this is the positive phi m and this is the negative phi m. And this is your time taken from changing from positive to negative. That means from positive phi m to negative phi m, it's taking T/2 time. That means the rate of change of flux is from T/2. Okay, so due to this applied AC voltage, that means the voltage which we are providing at the primary winding at the supply will also affect the transformer's core flux, and it will also start behave as a alternating nature, or you can say it can have an alternating nature. Okay, so that means as you vary the voltage, the flux will also vary. So in simple words, you can say that whenever we start the transformer, in the primary winding, the AC supply is provided. Due to this applied AC voltage, the transformer core flux has the alternating nature. That means as the voltage varies, the flux will also vary. So I hope you understood this diagram. So the first thing in the EMF equation which you have to do is to find the average rate of change of flux. So that means how the flux has been changing from phi m to minus phi m. So it is taking T/2 time, right? So we will write phi m minus phi m. As it is the rate of change, it will be minus in between. And as it is taking T/2 time, it will be divided by T/2. Right? And as I told, the flux unit is Weber, so WB, and second is your time unit. So now see, when you do solve this, what you do? Phi m, and you know minus is plus phi, and then it will be, and T is here, and by 2. Okay? So see, now this will be 2 phi m and T/2 remains the same. Now this 2 goes up, right? That means this is 2 phi m by T dot 2 Weber per second. That means it becomes 4 phi m by T, and you know that 1 by T represented as frequency. So it will be 4 phi m if Weber per second. As I was saying, this will be your average rate of change of flux, and you will always remember that in electrical machine, let's note it, that in electrical machine or in transformer, electrical machine or transformer, the average rate of flux, average rate of change of flux is equal to average induced per turn. That means the voltage which will be induced in each of the term, that will be equal to your rate of change of flux. That means this 4 phi mf will also be as a value for the average EMF induced per turn. And here only change will be the unit, because as it is EMF, it will be volt. Now our task is to find the RMS value. So we know that form factor for a AC is equal to RMS value, that is the ratio between the root mean square value by the average value, or you can say the mean value, and its value is 1.11. So for finding the RMS value, what we will do, we will put the average value of this EMF, that means 4 phi mf into 1.11. So we will simply get a RMS value, right? So when we do, we get 4.44 phi mf, and its unit will be same, that is volt, because it is the RMS value of EMF per turn. That means this value will be either in the primary side or in the secondary side. Any one of the windings will have the 4.44 phi mf volt. Now, as we have assumed in the let's assume section, that for the primary we will take the number of turns as N1, and for the secondary we will take number of turns as N2. So now we will do the RMS value of EMF induced in the primary side as well as the secondary side. So see, the RMS value of EMF induced in primary, that means we can denote it as E1, and we know that the RMS value what we have, 4.44 phi mf, this is our RMS value. And we know that the primary's number of turn is N1, because it was for one winding. So for N turns it will be 4.44 phi mf N1 volts. Similarly for the secondary it will be E2 equal to 4.44 phi mf N2 volt. Now see, for this phi m we need to know two values which should be given, that is our flux density and our core area. If these two will be given, then we can find this phi m. But we know that phi is equal to V into I. As we have taken phi m, we will represent here as phi m, and we need to know the Bm, that is our flux density, and Ai is our core area. So like this you will solve your, or you will derive your EMF equation. So as you will get your phi m, you can put this value and you can like this derive your EMF equation. So today your lecture ends here. Till then, be happy and have a great day.
Now is the quote time. The secret of happiness is freedom. The secret of freedom is courage. I hope all of you understood the lecture of today, and thank you for watching.
Wow, that's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live magazine videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start a class-like community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.